Hey everyone. So, does this make it more official? I don't know. But I have a pretty big announcement. I think I've may have stated this on the channel before, but I'm gonna have some pretty big changes come the fall, and I just wanted to talk about it now that I've got some more, I guess, confirmation. I don't know why it takes something in the mail like this to make it official, but I do want to share this process as much as possible. Like I said in my previous videos that I've talked about this, I didn't share the application process because I really didn't feel like it was as relevant because I've actually been out of high school now for like 12 years. It's actually 10 years this year since I started at the U of S. And so I feel like my situation is probably not as similar as what a lot of people who would find this video would be. But then again, I feel like maybe for this particular program, that's actually not the case because I feel like when it comes to registered pharmacy technicians, a lot of people don't realize it's a position and that a lot of us get experience in the field before we actually realize that it's something we enjoy, which is what happened with me. So, as this becomes closer, I want to share this process of what it's like to go through school. And more importantly, I want to share the post school process because there's quite a bit of stuff actually that you have to do once you actually get your diploma to become an actual registered technician. And I think when it comes to like what people are looking for about what it's like to be a registered technician in Canada, I think that that's probably what the biggest thing that they're looking at because it's the most terrifying. So, post diploma, there's a national written exam as well as a national practical exam, and you have to complete and pass both. And then in Saskatchewan, which is one of the reasons why I'm taking this course, because I want to be able to live and stay here. It's one of the reasons why I didn't really go anywhere with my degree because it would have meant leaving the province. And cost of living is high everywhere in the country, but it's a lot better here than where it is where I would have to go in order to make my bachelor's degree, really do anything at the bachelor's level. And actually, because of the pay, you're not making much above minimum wage, despite the fact that you do actually have a degree. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to go to school here in Saskatchewan. There's a few different places that you can go to be a registered technician, but each province basically makes it relevant to staying in that province. So I would actually be trained on the stuff that I'm been able to learn as a part of being a pharmacy assistant already. It's actually a great position to actually look for a pharmacy assistant if you're not sure whether you like to be working in the pharmacy, because you actually find out whether you like it or not. And I feel like probably a lot of people would discover, yes, I love this, or no, this is the worst thing ever. I want to do something else. I also think too that if you're interested in pharmacy at all, but while you're in high school, if you can find a place that will accept students and kind of work around your schedule, that's another great way to get into it. So it, it's very practical too, and it's very like hands-on. So if you don't like actually doing the tasks that you're going to do, it's not going to be something you're going to want to do. So that's just basically my advice for anyone kind of thinking about pharmacy. That goes for whether you want to be an assistant technician or actual pharmacist, in my opinion. The best way to basically is to get to know whether you enjoy it or not, because the retail environment is where you're gonna get that initial kind of, yes, I like this, or no, I don't, because you actually have to be registered in order to work in a hospital. So because of that, you find out how stressful the retail environment is and whether you can handle the pressure. I know that there's a lot of different areas that you can kind of go into with pharmacy, but I think it gives you a good taste being in a community pharmacy. So that's just my advice to anyone. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, once the fall starts, I will be transitioning the channel more to this. I mean, I'm still going to talk about migraines, but it's not, it's going to be, this channel is kind of basically what's going on in my life. The other channel that I actually have, my poetry channel, I share poetry when it comes up, but I also talk about the deeper stuff that I experienced with this awakening stuff. So if you're interested, I want to start maybe linking those videos in the description for those of you who are interested, because I know a few of you are interested because you're on the journey with me. But I'm going to be saving all of that stuff for that channel because it does go a little bit deeper into that part of my life and doesn't really fit sometimes, and a lot of people maybe aren't ready for that in their life. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be more interested in this particular experience that I'm going to be going through over the next couple of years. Probably looking at about I'm going to say probably closer to 2.5 or 3 years from now, from the start to the finish of actually becoming registered. So yeah, but that's what's up. I mean, I am lucky because I'm already like working in a pharmacy. So as an assistant, I am able to do quite a bit of the stuff that I'm going to be actually learning about in school to become fully registered technician. So I've already kind of been starting that process. The pharmacists I work for are amazing, or work with are amazing, and they want to see me succeed. So they've started doing as much as they can and preparing me as best as they can, which is great because the more experience I can get now, the easier I think the transition will be in the end too. And I mean, I'm gonna be there for a while yet, so it's not like it's not beneficial for them as well to have me be able to do all these things, which is great. But that's essentially what's up that I wanted to share about. And I actually shared a Facebook status yesterday on my personal Facebook um, about this whole thing. And so one of the things I just want to mention is that when I finished my degree, I was in a very, very rough place mentally and emotionally, honestly. Part of that was because I was sick at the time. So you had that stress on top of, am I going to have the grades to graduate? I was really worried actually, how, because of the way I performed during midterms in that last semester. However, that being said, because I was like kind of straining myself and all of that, and I really wasn't enjoying the program at the end, I dealt with massive burnout. I was massively burnt out. And so the thought of even returning to school was never on the table, and it hasn't been until just recently when I applied. And it's because there was some resistance. So I've been diving into resistance for a while with my meditation stuff, and as I go through this, because anything deep down that you feel resistance to, there's an inauthenticity there, and something deep down was like, I'm lying to myself about how happy I am right now. And I wasn't wrong. I felt into that, wasn't really sure what it was. And then I kind of was able to dig into that a little bit, and I found out in a roundabout way kind of maybe what it was. And so I'm just like, well, there's only one solution to that, and it must be that there's an inauthenticity here about how much I am enjoying where I'm currently at, like right now. And I mean, I was enjoying it, but I wasn't enjoying a lot of it. I wasn't enjoying the fact that I felt like there wasn't, I don't really know how to honestly word this. It's really hard to explain how you can be really, really happy with where you're at, but at the same time be just like feeling like something's not right. That's maybe the best way I can word it, honestly. So that's what I felt into and was like, okay, this might be telling me you should go for this. You should try. It might, if it takes a little bit to get in, you're in the spot now. It's just more experience. That's kind of how I felt through it. And then I got the acceptance letter. It was about a month ago now, actually. And yeah, pretty much almost exactly. I believe it was February 15th that I got my acceptance letter, that I had actually gotten in for the fall. And it came with a little bit of shock because I really did expect there to be a wait list, because I just expected there to be a wait list. Like, I'm just like, pharmacy technicians are in demand. Are more people like trying to get into it? But apparently I either squeaked in or there's, all of that. But I did actually see a ad from Polytechnic advertising for pharmacy technicians, and that there were still some spots available for the fall. So I think it's maybe just not as popular right now as what it used to be. And maybe people just don't realize it's a position that exists, or they have never had experience, so they didn't know they would like it. I don't know what it is, but we need pharmacy technicians, so yeah. But basically, excuse me, I'm all burpy now. So that's kind of why it all of a sudden was a thing, basically. It didn't feel right for the longest time, and then all of a sudden it was a quick one, and it's just like, well, I know it's kind of close, cutting it close probably to get in for the fall. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Can always apply again for next year and probably have an easy chance of getting in. So that's what I was actually prepared for, was probably be here for another year and a half where I'm at, and then go on to school and all of that. But lo and behold, I get to start in the fall. So I'm really, really excited about that. And so yeah, that's kind of what's up. I won't have much more to actually talk about with this until, I'm guessing, late summer. I'm hoping that they get back to me and, kind of have an idea more of what I'm looking at for schedule and all of that come earlier in the summer. But I don't expect to hear anything now until at least July, because like school here for high school students ends end of June. So it won't be until probably at least then that I'm looking at. So that's great. Just continue to get practice until then and continue to live life as it's unfolding, basically. So that's it for this particular video. Like I said, I won't have much more to actually talk about this until things actually get started, and then probably come the fall, it'll be the major focus of the channel. And I'll probably share how my migraines are being impacted by this, because, higher stress, all of that is definitely a trigger for me. So we'll see how that goes. But if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me about this, or, any suggestions on what you want to see as I go through this, feel free to leave them in the comments. And I gotta say this because it actually highlights it now, but if you enjoy my content and you want to see more of it, and you want to be able to get notifications whenever I post a new video, please do subscribe and click the notification bell. And if you want to help me out by getting more people to the channel and more people aware of IIH and migraines and everything that I talk about on the channel, please do like the video and leave a comment. Any interaction helps me more than you guys understand. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.